All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Happy Friday. Blake Jamieson here. It's Friday, so that's a good feeling. And very excited tonight. We are going to be chatting with Mike Gyamfi, who's coming to us all the way from Germany. And it's like, what is it, 4:30 in the morning there right now or something?
4:25. Yeah, it's really.
Wow. So he's getting a very early start to his day as I'm wrapping up mine. But I hope you guys all had an amazing week so far and are ready for a fun weekend. We're going to have a nice little chat tonight. Check out some of Mike's awesome work. Mike and I met through the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum fundraiser, which we are both doing. And yeah, man, excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm really blessed to be here.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to have some great conversation with you guys. Met some of the guys on Instagram already, and yeah, like you said, we met in the NLB M and Beckett webcast. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yes. I think it's all kind of blends together. Hard to remember. But yeah.
Yeah.
Not long ago.
Time flies.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So I know, we talked last week, but obviously that was just between us. So we'll chat tonight. Just we're telling everyone from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to pull up some of your work on my phone. Why don't you just tell everyone a little bit about yourself, your background, how you've kind of ended up doing art, and specifically art in the sports arena?
Yeah, I would love to do that. I started creating trading cards, I think, around 4 years ago. And that really got me pushing hard on Photoshop. Before that, I was working organically. When I was studying, I used to paint a lot with acrylics and sometimes with oil. And I was drawing a lot. I love to draw. I'm from the handmade era kind of, and the handmade era type of artist. But somehow I got drawn into digital arts a few years ago. And I think the first inspiration to go that hard on sports cards was kind of seeing the work from Tyson Beck. And
nice. I love that.
Yeah, that was kind of really inspiring me, because I was looking at it and I was like, wow, this is like something totally new to me.
Right.
I've never done something like that, and I wanted to be as good as he is, and I started my journey from then. And a friend of mine told me to create an Instagram account, and I was like, yeah, I'm not so much into social media, but why not? Let's give it a try. And he said, yeah, you did some nice work, and it's beautiful. It would be very sad if nobody would see it, so put it online. And I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And first steps, they were like nothing special. So then I saw other artists.
I love this.
Thanks,
the
man.
Vibes on that are amazing. Sorry to interrupt. I just want to show some of this work.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you see this the first time?
Actually, I hadn't seen that color treatment, but I saw the one that my graphics guy put on the banner.
Oh, okay, nice.
Which is Kobe, nice. Which is awesome.
Oh, I thought you did it, but yeah, that's nice.
So actually, I'm really lucky. I've got an amazing team around me, and one of the people on that team specifically just do all my YouTube thumbnails. It's good because it just frees up a little bit more time for me to try to focus on painting. And he's a beast. He's really good.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's really a blessing.
Yeah. Let's show some. At least we got some.
Then
here. Sorry. I know I'm taking it away, but it's appropriate right now at the Lakers.
Yeah, right now. Jimmy's killing it right now. I don't know if you just watched the first half, but
I have not. Yeah.
He's already 22 points, 6 rebounds and 6 assists, I think. LeBron has 21, so yeah, we're gonna see. Maybe it's gonna be a game 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, when I once was on Instagram, I saw all those crazy stuff from artists I experienced or I discovered. I was like, crazy. This is like a totally different universe. And that kind of pushed me to go really, really hard from night to night to night over the last 3 years, like, yeah, I have to get better. I have to get better. I have to get better. Because actually, I didn't know anything about Photoshop
Right.
before I started. Even I studied graphics when I finished it, I think, when I was 23. But I was never into Photoshop. I didn't like it. I wasn't a digital guy. I always wanted to draw and have something in my hands and just relax in this kind of zen mood that you get into when you paint and when you draw. And I wasn't like into screens and stuff. And yeah, since doing sports designs, everything changed, and I added this component to my arsenal. So this is kind of like really something good for me, because now I can step back too, and that's what I plan to do too, and
Right.
do something with my hands and create something organic, and I can combine it. So I
Right.
think the opportunities are like infinite.
And are you doing, when you do digital stuff now, are you doing it like on a tablet with a stylus, or on a computer with a mouse, or what's the process?
Yeah, I will start to draw with an iPad. I fetched one. I bought one.
So excited. I literally just got.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
I'm super.
I think it's the exact same type I have here. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I have to get used to it, because I think it's a little bit different than drawing on paper. But
Yeah.
feeling is there, so I'm quite secure that I will bring something good out,
Yeah.
and it's not gonna look like shit, and I will take like 3 or 4 years until I bring something good out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It's awesome.
And man, seeing you paint is kind of super inspiring for me, because you have this large room, and you have like all the opportunities, and you can splatter with the colors, and
Yeah.
I wish,
I don't know. I mean, I know you saw it before, but
man.
yeah, this is well, we got the bright lights right there, but yeah, actually, like, I usually don't sit on this couch for streams, but I figured it was nice, like change of pace with a different background.
I'm feeling honored.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's nice.
Krista asked, where do you live in Germany?
I live in Norderstedt. There's a small village next to Hamburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Guys, submit any questions you guys have, and if you haven't seen his work, I know I held up a couple things to show you guys his work, but if you haven't seen it, there are links down below this video to follow Mike on Instagram, and also check out website Behance, his portfolio in there. It's got really some phenomenal work. Yeah, it's awesome, man. And so, obviously you see a ton of basketball stuff. Are you a big basketball fan? Did you grow up playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where the connection to trading cards happened, when I was like 14 years old. Me and my best friend, we got into basketball cards somehow. I think we had those small shops where you went after school and you bought some sweets, and they were selling like basketball trading cards from Upper Deck, the German version.
Yeah.
And we used to go there and buy and just rip it off, ripping packs, enjoying the smell, enjoying the colors, enjoying the designs and the players, and getting into the basketball world even more. And at that time, I think it was like a really big hype in Germany, a basketball hype, which unfortunately faded away. But it was a beautiful time, and this is kind of like the anchor it gives me too when I'm drawing into basketball design, trading card designs. And the same feeling I had collecting back in the days is the feeling I have when I create. So it's like it's like how do you say, like a youth fountain.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely, man. And actually, so Eric, good friend Eric, what's up, man? He said, are NBA cards now, are they a big deal in Germany? He said they're hot right now.
It's coming right now. Slowly it's coming here too. We have some hard-headed collectors like Kiki. I think he's known internationally. he has like one of the biggest Kobe Bryant collections in the world. But besides of that, there are a lot of people who are collecting, like, and I'm in some forums, and you see there's something happening, but it's not comparable to the US. It's and not comparable to Asia. I mean, Asia is huge on basketball and trading cards, sports cards at all. So
Right.
it's like different, but it's coming slowly, step by step.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I want to show people, I'm trying to find it. So the piece that you did for the Negro Leagues Museum, where would someone go to see that?
Oh, actually, I did it on purpose because
Okay.
I don't really want to show too much right now.
Ah,
Yeah, exactly.
keeping a secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanna reveal it in the next days, and to be honest, right now it's still in the printing process. It's not
Got it.
finished yet.
Got
So,
it.
and I will upload it on eBay. There will be like, I think, a maximum of 15 or 16 cards in total of two players, two iconic legends, and yeah, they will be on eBay, and you have to check my updates.
Okay. Fair.
To get
Fair.
into the, yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I
Can
will
you tell
update.
us which? Can you tease us with which players they are, or is that a secret too?
What would you say?
Remember
Would
when?
you say smart to say it now, or would you
Maybe
say
tell them one of them. Maybe one of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
one of them is Sergio Page.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I thought this because I remember when we were talking about like on the big group call, and I thought you had said Satchel Paige was one that you were interested in, but I couldn't remember 100%. There were so many people on that call, although most people I do feel like said him, which is cool. Well, that's exciting, man. I'm very much looking forward to that, and probably smart to wait till they're in hand and you can show people, what they're going to be getting. That's great. Were you able to find a printer to do it locally?
Yeah, exactly. Who was kind of a pain in the ass because the first guy I wanted to work with, he kind of left me hanging. So I had to search for a plan B, and that's why it takes a little longer than I planned. So yeah, but I think they will do an awesome job. It's the first time that I print cards on a professional level. I did some prototypes from other series I'm working on, but they didn't fit my standard, which is kind of, I have like a really high standard that I want to deliver, because to me it's like sacred grounds, and I'm a trading card lover, so I know that if the card is like, you can bow it or something like that, that doesn't feel like a trading card. It has to be like a certain weight and like at least 35 points, something like that. And I would love to do fat cards like 55 or 75 points.
Totally.
But yeah, so we were looking forward to that.
Well, I imagine it'll be the tip of the iceberg, man. It's a good feeling. I remember when I got the first card from Topps and like actually had it in my hand.
Yeah.
So, man, because same thing, I grew up collecting cards and loving it. And holding your own card, it's something special, man.
I can imagine that.
It's gonna be great. Well, I hope that you're printing somewhere like you're getting to keep some for yourself, because you got to keep some for the
I got it
for the
That's
shelf.
why I couldn't stick to the one-on-one version, because I cannot just print one and nobody would get it. It doesn't feel right, man.
Yeah. No, I think it's good doing a small series. I think is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'll be picking some up for sure.
That's great.
So outside of that, what other projects you got cooking? You don't have to give us any details beyond whatever you want to tell us. But I know you said you're working on some pretty fun stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm like playing around with certain techniques and looks, and kind of like getting or trying to make a symbiosis of the technical opportunities we have nowadays and my skills. Like I try vintage stuff. I try some extraordinary color explosions like you always see on my sites.
Which I love. I love
Yeah,
that.
and thanks. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Happy to hear that from you, man.
Yeah.
And
It's awesome.
yeah, and I was playing with some patterns. I had like a friend of mine from Senegal.
Hmm.
He gave this to me as a present. It's a
Oh,
jacket,
cool. Nice.
and this is kind of what inspired me to kind of use patterns similar to those or create my own patterns. They are not as complex, but that's one idea, like using
Mhm.
patterns and making a mixture of patterns and like the players, and also create some old school stuff from this. And man, I'm inspired by so many things. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, so I feel like I'm too limited. Like I wish I had 8 arms and like 4 heads that I
Yeah.
could, you
Do it
know,
all. Do it all for sure.
you work on something and then there are those ideas, they pop up, and
Yeah.
you would love to stop it and instantly do something new, but you can't. You have to finish something. So I think that's the artist's dilemma. So
Mhm. Yeah. That's the blessing and the curse of having a big studio is I oftentimes will get a ton of projects started at the same time. And part of it is because working in analog, like there are times when I have to like stop and let paint dry. And so every time that's happening, I'm usually going over and starting something else or,
nice.
working on something else. So it's fun, but sometimes I'll end up like having 5 projects, 5 paintings all started and nothing finished. And I've, got to put the blinders on. And
That's absolutely the way it should be. I mean, it's like the journey,
Mhm.
the beauty
Yeah.
of the journey.
Yeah.
And while being in the creating process, it creates like new ways and paths to create something new. So it's like it's absolutely beautiful. That's the beauty in art.
Hmm. Totally.
And I think like I'm not sure if every artist knows it, but to me it's like a blessing. If you have that, it's like, man, go for it and
Mhm.
enjoy it. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, totally, man. I agree. Let's see here. We got another question. This one from Moose Knoll asking if baseball cards are popular in Germany.
Oh no, not at all.
No.
It's crazy. Like I've never ever seen any baseball cards anywhere in Germany.
Hmm.
So it's like I think this is like really really rare and like super exclusive. And I haven't seen anything of this. Football cards are kind of popular. They are coming now, but I think first of all it was basketball. It started with basketball somehow, and I don't know about baseball at all, to be honest. In Germany, it's a good question. I like it. I never
When
thought
you
about
say
that.
football, do you mean like American football or soccer?
Yeah, American football, no soccer is. I think
I would
soccer is
imagine that would probably be popular, right? That's got to
yeah.
be a top one,
Panini,
right? That's got to be
Panini
like one of the most popular, right?
Panini had like the sticker thing in Germany was like crazy, was huge all the time. But so I think now they are kind of transforming it into the trading card game in Germany too,
Mhm.
because the select cards they brought out, they are awesome. They look really really crazy. We copped some boxes too, and we were breaking it and having fun.
It's awesome.
Uh, it's like I think if soccer reaches the popularity of basketball,
Mhm.
it's over, man. The
Yeah.
market will explode to a next universal level. It's like crazy
Yeah. Yeah.
because the
That's awesome.
community is
Are
so
there
big.
other in that space for the cards that are gaining traction? Is it mostly Panini stuff that you're seeing, or do you see tops out there? Or are there other brands that maybe I'm not that I don't know about here in the States?
In Germany, we had back in the days, we had like tops. You could buy tops, you could buy
Mhm.
Fleer, you could buy Fleer metal
Mhm.
at certain spots, and we had some small conventions where you could buy like super rare stuff from collectors who have been in the game for decades. But that's kind of I have been out for a whole while, so I don't know about the conventions that take place in Germany. I think there's just one in Langenfelde from Kiki.
Mhm.
I think he owns a hotel or something, and he does it in the hotel.
Mhm.
But to find some tops in Germany right now, I think it's a hard job, man.
Right.
It's really hard. And even
Yeah.
Panini, you have to. There are some shops that are selling it,
Mhm.
but you always have to, at least in my place and in Hamburg, you don't find it in. You cannot go to a random shop and buy something. You have to buy it in the internet or find a spot. Like there are some retailers, but it's not many. I think it's like 10 of them or 15. So it's like really, really small.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, a nice niche market and a lot of opportunity for growth.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's also, and also because of that, there's probably, I would imagine, less competition from other artists that are thinking like, oh, I want to go the route of making sports cards, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I like that, like you're kind of laser focused on that, and that's the path you're working on, which I love.
Absolutely, and I'm kind of drawing into it more and more, and also like since I'm a collector too, so it's like both sides. And last night I had a talk with a guy from my city, which is a funny story. I have to tell it. And I bought an Anthony Davis card from him on eBay. And I saw, he's from Hamburg, and I wrote him like, can I pick it up? And he said, yeah, you can pick it up then and then. And I was like, okay, it doesn't fit my schedule. So then I ordered it, and then we had a small talk, and then I saw he sent me like his work. He's like doing artist stuff too.
Oh, cool! That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Me too. And then I said, yeah, I'm on Instagram. I saw you make art too, and then we connected, and I saw he's doing some really awesome work, and now we're connecting, and it's kind of a nice exchange because he's a collector too. He's a graphic designer, and he does this as a little side hustle too, and he's kind of trying to set foot in the game also. So I'm kind of exchanging with him, and I think we will build in the near future somehow. So it's like
awesome.
the
great
journey
to connect with like-minded people, man. That's awesome. And also it's just so cool now because, and this goes honestly both for art and also within like the sports card world, is the internet just opens up so many possibilities. Like back in the day when I was collecting cards, the only cards I really knew existed or like got to see were ones that were in the display case of this one store I went to. And then I would get Beckett, and sometimes they'd have some photos of some of the cards, but a lot of the Beckett's is just the price guide of the names. And so like, it's just so crazy now where like, super rare, like a one of one card can get pulled anywhere in the world. And then like everybody will get to see it because people are very excited to like post about their big hits and share them. But I think that's like really fun. And the same thing in the art world, it's super inspiring. Used to be you'd have to like walk through the street and like see art or go to a museum or whatever. And now you can so much of it is just at the tip of our fingers.
Yeah, that's true.
No better time to be an artist, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's like, it's crazy. When I saw the boom in the beginning of the year, I was like crazy. We are right up to something really big. It's like growing. I mean, it's kind of regulating right now, but I think it's gonna grow further. And yes, it's crazy. And it's also crazy. It's another anecdote I have. Like sometimes I'm digging into this old school stuff like Dr. J, and I don't have many cards. I just bought 2 or 3 old school cards yet because I want them in a good quality. Like I'm crazy. I spent nights grading cards on eBay. It's like super nerdy. I did this last night. I spent like hours, and I watched the card, and I don't know, this corner is not good. Okay, next one. This edge is not good. Okay, next one. So the centering is terrible. Okay, next one. So so it's like really crazy, but the beauty in it is like you meet, or you used to write with people that have like a totally different background than you, but they used to tell you their stories. Like I met a guy on eBay. He told me his father had a gas station. One of his workers died, and this worker was like collecting cards obsessively. He had like over 1.2 million cards.
Wow.
And the son said, I want to get rid of it. So he is picking them up, opening them up, and storing them. And he said, yeah, I would love to live off this and not work for anybody else. And I said, yeah, man, God sent you a sign, so make something beautiful of it.
Yeah.
So this is like a story. I was thinking about this idea of creating a blog where publish stories like this, because I hear crazy stories that are so inspiring, and
Mhm.
they kind of have this beautiful feeling of nostalgia, which is also super inspiring.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's awesome. Let's see. So I thought of another kind of creative question. I'm always curious to talk to other artists about. So what are your kind of creative routines? Do you do your best work at night? I assume you don't get up at 4:30 every morning. What does your day look like, and like when are you the most productive in
Uh,
terms
the
of
most
like, artistic or creative or whatever?
the most productive, I would say, I am when it's hard to say. It depends. Sometimes I used to go for walks in the wood for a lot of, or for a long time, pretty often.
Mhm.
Since month, I don't do it anymore. I'm kind of, for certain reasons, various reasons. On one hand, my computer doesn't really handle the capacity that is needed right now, because I'm scaling bigger now than I did before, because I was only creating for Instagram, so it doesn't matter if it's like 400 point or like 800 points.
Right.
But right now I'm trying to scale as big as possible, and my PC has a small capacity,
Yeah.
so it takes much longer, and that takes away the fun of creating a little bit. But I'm a hard-headed guy, so I don't let that get me down. So I will continue. But I think at night, to be honest,
Yeah.
I'm like a night owl. I'm pretty active at night when I
Mhm.
create, and the energy is different. For the
Yeah.
simple fact, the energy is different. There's no phones ringing,
Mhm.
no dogs barking, nobody's screaming around, nobody's ringing at your door, nothing.
Right.
You just with yourselves and the Holy Spirit, and you can create and just let it flow. So
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing on one hand. On the other hand, it takes a lot away from the day, because you have to sleep somehow.
Mhm.
Unless you're Madlib and you sleep 3 hours a day, or like Kobe, I think he was sleeping 5 hours a night,
Yeah.
and
I can't. I couldn't do it.
it's crazy. I can do it for 1 week, but then I'm done.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Totally. I need my 7 for sure. I
yes,
want to give a shout out. I saw that Matthew Lee Rosen jumped in the chat. What's up, Matthew? So I
hi
know he
Matt, nice
shared some
guy.
of your stuff. He's been sharing so much of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, like all the artist spotlights, which I think is really cool.
He's a
So
good guy.
yeah, man, thank you for that. And I'm excited. He and I are talking about a little collab action, which I know, Matthew, I owe you a text or a Twitter DM back. I will send that back to you, and we'll figure out the details on that. Have not forgotten. Let's see here. Yes. So Matthew, since you're coming in a little late, so we did talk about that. It sounds like Mike, you think you're going to get the cards potentially tomorrow? He's asking
Uh,
about he said he gave you some resources for printing, and is curious how the progress is going.
was there a question included?
Oh,
Sorry.
just asking like if you made progress on like getting them designed, or printed. So I think you had said, are you going to get them in the next day or two, and that's when you'll release them?
No, I think now is weekend, so I think it will be in the beginning of the next week. Hopefully, maybe
Got
it's gonna take some more days, but I think at least the middle of the week I should have like an information that I can give out, because I don't want to tell people, yeah, it's coming then, and then
Mhm.
it has to be like reliable at
Sure.
least.
No, of course, of course, of course. That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Krista asked, is he a full-time artist or does he have another job too? Any art school or training?
I'm not a full-time artist. Right now I'm still in the phase of side hustling,
Mhm.
and I,
Great.
I earn my money by teaching kids playing basketball. I have like a little project, like an integrational project that include all types of children, and everybody's welcome. And I train them to play basketball, and it's like a little school of life, like also to behave socially towards each other and not be bugging out all the time, and not to be bullying people and stuff. So sometimes it's like hard work, but it's really
Mhm.
beautiful work, because I love to see
them taking what you give them and working with it and growing from it, and also the happiness and the joys, like what do you say? It's priceless. It's really a beautiful thing, and and it also gives me a lot because I'm staying fit with this because I'm training with them. I'm not the guy that says you have to do this and this.
Right.
So it's like a great thing, and yeah, that's I started that I think 1 year ago, about a year.
Has that
So-
been impacted? And this is kind of a two-part question. Has it been impacted by COVID? Are you guys able to still kind of do those things?
yeah.
Also, like, how's that situation in Germany? I'm sadly just kind of only aware of what's happening in my little bubble of COVID, which is just really just being in the studio every day like usual.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's been terribly impacted my work. I could work for like half a year because of that. So yeah, that was that really sucked. So, but yeah, since 2 months, it's possible to do it again. So I'm looking forward to the positive outcome.
Yeah. That's awesome. Let's see here. So Eric also asked if you know that Kiki has a twin brother who's also an artist.
Yeah, I know that.
Art is BS but not BS. It's all spelled out.
He's doing portraits.
Yeah, let's see. Look it up right now. So that apparently is Kiki's twin brother. Did you know about that? I did not.
Yeah, I know. You know Kiki? Or
no, I don't. But
okay.
So Eric had shown me this guy's work. He came to my studio a while back, and he was showing me this work, and I really like it. It's super cool. So
Nice.
This guy, Ivan Belsick, I guess, or was it?
Yeah,
Belsick. Yeah,
that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Had you seen his work before?
Yeah, I've seen it. I watched it. A friend of mine, the friend I started collecting with, he told me about Kiki. I didn't know Kiki since I think 1 month ago or something like that. So he told me about him, and I was like, oh, nice. And then I watched some of his interviews, and he's a character, man. He always has like a white glove, and he's a very positive guy, and
Love that.
like watching him. Yeah, he's great. So I had a lot of fun watching them, and then I found about the art of his brother too.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this year I think the convention will not take place because of the whole situation. But I think next year, maybe. Yeah, I think the next year should take place. So I'm looking forward to be there too, because I want to meet all those people and maybe introduce them to my art. So
yeah, that's awesome, man. Nick Bernard asks, what position in basketball, 1 or 2 spot? I don't know what that means. I don't know what the 1 or 2 spot means. Does that mean something?
The 1 or 2 spot. Oh, to be honest, I don't know it too. What position?
Matt says point guard or shooting guard.
Oh, okay. What position I played?
Yeah. That's how I'm interpreting it.
I was playing shooting guard.
Cool.
Actually, I didn't have a great shot from 3-point line, which is quite better now because I was training like 1.5 years only training my shot. I got inspired by this. I forgot his name. He's a street ball legend. He hit like 23 points or had 23 shots from 24 attempts.
Wow.
And he's giving some tips on YouTube, and I was following those tips, and they made my shot so much better.
Wow, that's awesome. And there we go. Yeah. Virtual coaching, man. Do everything on the internet.
Yeah. So that's
awesome.
Answers the question, I think.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. What's the favorite thing that you've ever designed or made?
Oh, my work.
I'm also going to grab one.
To be honest,
I'm going to be off screen for just a second, but
no problem. I'm going to answer the question anyways. I don't want to sound narcissistic, but I love a lot of stuff that I create.
That's great.
Because I create the way I would also like stuff to be created, of course. I think everybody kind of does it that way, but yeah, I create stuff that I like. So I couldn't say like this, but last year I made, or at the end of the last year, I made like a top 12, I think, of works. So wait, maybe I can send it to you. No, it's not. Can I send it via email so that you can see it, or?
You could send it over email or WhatsApp or Instagram or whatever, because I'll just pull it up on my phone and I'll show people.
Yeah, that's great. I think email is the easiest way to do it.
Okay. And you have my email, right? Blake@blakejamieson.com.
Yeah.
Cool.
1 second.
Yes, sir.
I gotta put my storage on, so I can send. Yeah. So nice.
Keep the questions coming too, guys. If you guys have
keep the questions coming.
Yeah,
Get
he got 4:30 in the morning for it, but we gotta get our get our money's worth.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right, Eric. It is getting light there in Germany. I think it might be a little more light poking through now, which is funny.
What?
like the sun's coming up soon.
No, that will take like at least 3 more hours. So.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. Let's see here.
PNG works for you, right?
Sure, PNG is great.
Awesome.
Krista also said that she loves how the colors pop on your work. She loves the Jordan.
Thank you, Krista.
Yeah.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah, she's here every night. It's amazing.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to Krista.
Yeah.
She's creating art too? Are you creating?
No, she's just into cards and into art and
okay, nice.
Person.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
Yep. Let's see here. Curveball Keepsake asks when we will see a color-bound baseball series.
Oh wow.
It's a good question.
Yeah, that's a great question. I thought about it, but to be honest, it took me like 8 months to finish the whole thing. And and I made a mistake I didn't know about the printing process that much. And when I looked for printing it and I was in the printing area, I got like a little practical experience, and she told me, yeah, you need to do this and this, and I didn't think about the bleed. I thought, yes, no problem. And I made 54 cards without bleed, and I made I created it the way that causes a lot of technical difficulties, let's say it that way. So that's kind of something to handle. And I think like huge series like this, it was quite fun at that time, but right now I'm more into like super small series, like maybe a max of 5 or 6 cards for various reasons. On one hand, it's like easier for me to create, and since I'm pretty impulsive with my creative energy, I don't like to stick on one topic for too long. It's like
same way.
I feel trapped, man. It's terrible. And then I want to get away from it, and that's not what it should be, because I still want to have love for it and not be in the situation that I feel like it's a must to finish this. And yeah, that's why. But I think like 3 or 4 could be something I would do, because I think baseball itself has a whole different aesthetic than basketball, which is also beautiful. But I love the baseball aesthetics with the hats or with the caps and with the bats. It's like it looks like so much. It looks super cool, and I would love to do more stuff in that direction. Also football. I didn't touch football at all, but I would love to do some football stuff too, and soccer stuff. I created one Cristiano Ronaldo trading card, which I have an idea to do something with it. I don't know if it works out, but did one soccer card until now. So there's more to come. definitely. I'm just beginning.
Yeah. So Andre asks, how can we buy the Colorbound series from you? Do you have any of those that you're selling? Also,
Yeah.
what's up, Tad? I see Tad is in the building. So
Hi, Ted.
appreciate you, Tad. We also got Matthew Lee Rosen, well representing
Nice.
tonight. So I appreciate everyone spending Friday night with us.
Also appreciating everyone watching and asking questions, enjoying the time with us.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. You're awesome.
Yeah. So if you want to know where to buy, they're ready. They're sold, man. They want to give you some money, and they want to know the best way to do that.
That's nice. They're not ready yet.
Okay.
They're not finished yet.
Okay.
Due to various technical questions.
Sure.
Like,
No problem.
It's so much things I have to give clearance to, and when it's finished, I will let people know.
Cool. And then outside of that, like stuff that's on the website on the Behance page, do you sell any like prints of that, like maybe bigger than card size? Are you doing any like art prints or?
Yeah, that's something I have done, but just for friends
Okay.
right now. But it's always something that's always a question that breaks my mind with the shipping costs, because since I'm in Germany, shipping to Australia, for example, to Asia, to the US is super expensive.
Mm-hmm. I have an idea. I got an idea for you, man.
You don't know, you have no idea.
I have an idea for you.
Okay, let me know.
Okay, so there are two primary printers that I use. They are called printhouse.io and printful.com. And I'll send you like links to each of them. I use printhouse.io for all of my prints on canvas and prints on paper. And they look really nice. I have some here in the studio today that I was signing. The canvas prints are great too. And what they will do is they actually have fulfillment centers. They have some in Europe, they have some in the US, they have one in Canada. And so basically what you can do is you can sell internationally, and the print would go straight. Like if I ordered it here in New York, it would go from one of their factories here on the East Coast in the States, shipped straight to me. And so I would be able to get a print without you having to worry about shipping, customs, like delay times. And it's international and it's free. Like I know in the US the shipping is free. I think it's even free overseas too for me. So that is something that you should definitely look into, man. And I'm happy to kind of help you get that set up. It's pretty straightforward, but I've worked with it a lot. So
that's beautiful. That's really nice. How much? It's for free in the States, but did you ever ship to Europe or overseas? Or?
Yeah. I don't think I got charged anything. I have customers that have bought in Europe too, because like I said, like it's printed over there. And so like the way that this company makes their money, it's all print on demand. So you don't have to you don't even have to shell out any money to begin with at all. You sign up for free, you put the prints on your website. And so it'll say like, okay, for this size print, it's going to cost you $20 US. And then you're going to put it on your site and you're going to put it for, let's just say $50 US. And then every time a sale happens, $20 like from that sale automatically goes to the company. They automatically print it and ship it to that customer. And then they just wire, like they will pay you the difference of the 30, and you can set your own price. So like if they charge you 20, you could say $22 and just make a couple bucks a print. Or you could say, I want to sell it for $200. And or whatever you want.
Amazing.
And the quality is really good. Very, very happy. In fact, Matt, will you bring me one of those Eddie Collins prints that's right there?
And they deliver all the service totally, like the online.
It's a drop shipping and fulfillment.
Wow.
And it plugs right into several different website platforms. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've never used Behance, so I don't know the logistics of being able to like sell stuff on there. But like Shopify is what I use. But anyways, so this is a print that I recently got of a Eddie Collins painting. And I mean, it's hard to tell through the screen, but like the colors are very rich. The paper is nice and thick. I'm really happy with the work they do. So And ironically, yeah, I've been telling people about them for years that I've been using them and helping other artists get inspired. And ironically, they reached out to me and they're like, "Oh, we want to do an interview. We're going to start like featuring artists." And so I just had an interview like a couple days ago. And actually, I think it's funny because I think it just went live. I'm going to check right now. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so guys, I'm just going to put this in the comments for you guys. Just bookmark it and read it later. Hang out with us for the rest of the interview. But I did tell Print House that I would promote, this story. So here we go, first promotion. But yeah, they're really cool, and they're great. It's a great resource. There's no risk.
Super nice. I'm looking forward to the links, man. Thank you very much. I think that's a huge opportunity because that was always the question to me. We have like white wall. I don't know if you have it in the States too.
I've heard of that, but I'm not 100% sure.
They deliver top-notch quality, and they also print from RGB data, so you don't have to convert it or something like that, and they don't need bleed, and that's why I was working the way I was working, because I thought everybody's doing it that uncomplicated, but the prices are super high. It's like I was thinking about, like, I cannot charge people like $100-$200 for a poster of this size. Like, it's kind of weird,
right?
And yeah, that was always the problem. But they do art prints too on plexiglass and like really crazy stuff, and the price is really high, but the quality is top notch. I did something for a friend of mine, and he was, first of all, he was like, "Oh, it's so expensive," and I was like, "You will see, the quality is top notch." And then he got it, and he was totally freaking out, like, "Man, it looks so crazy." It's like, man, he called me and he was sending me images.
I love it.
Honest, I didn't see it yet because he lives far outside, but I have to see it in live, and they just did something for me. I did for a player, for one of the Dunk Elite dunkers. I did like small posters for him, and that's when I saw the quality they produce is really amazing. But the hints you just gave me, they are priceless. It's like I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We got to help each other out.
Thanks.
Also, I saw that, let's see here, Matthew Lee Rosen commented. He says he uses something called Guten. I'm not familiar with that. I don't know it, but it says it plugs into Shopify as well. I would imagine that's another like print-on-demand service. I'm not sure if it's merch. And then just because I did mention two printers, and I will send you the links to both. So printhouse.io is what I use for the prints themselves, and they do really nice prints on canvas that are ready to hang, and then those papers that I showed you. And then the other one, Printful, which is printful.com, does a lot of merch. And so I've experimented with different things. I think the only thing I have them making right now is my hats. This is not my hat, but I have like the logo hats that are embroidered.
That's cool. That's cool.
Them. And that's the same thing. Like, they're print to order. I don't have to carry a bunch of inventory, even though I usually do buy like a couple dozen hats to keep here in the studio to like give out to people that come over. Nice. But yeah, I've been really happy with them as well. Similar thing. I just think that I believe that Printful also does some like fine art prints and things, but their pricing is a little higher, and I'd gotten samples early on, and I was really impressed with the Print House in terms of art prints. But if you ever wanted to do, put it on a t-shirt, or
wow.
They could do all kinds of cool stuff. Fanny packs, which I love. They can do a lot of.
Please.
Yeah, I will. I'll definitely send you those links. Let's see here. Appreciate you guys, some of you guys, for bookmarking the article to read later. I appreciate that. Thanks, Dad. I love you. Also, Tim just got JK5's Gooden card today. That is an awesome one. That's really cool. I have a couple boxes from Topps I got to open up. I haven't done yet.
Oh man, new boxes, old school boxes.
These are new school. These are Project 2020 cards. But because I'm doing a complete set, and so I'm getting all the cards. So
Wow.
every few days I'm getting a shipment. It's a lot. It's a lot of cards, and I have a lot of respect for people that are doing a whole set, because I know how much space it takes up, and I have like a room dedicated for it. So
Wow.
anyway, appreciate everyone that's supporting Project 2020.
Yeah, man.
Excited to
It's
open this up.
awesome project, man. I would love to get more cards of those too, but I
Yeah.
have to set priorities. So
Yeah.
I'm not rich yet, so
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. It is also it's expensive. At first, I was buying like multiples of everything, but I've slowly like scaled back and back to just get the minimum. But I'm really excited, and it's so much fun to like see what all the other artists are doing and how they're always evolving. And
Yeah.
I really think it's been a really, really fun set to be a part of, both as a artist and a collector.
Yeah, man, definitely. It's like beautiful. I mean, you already have like huge clients, but I think this is like a blessing, and it's like I can imagine you enjoyed every second of being part of this. And there's one guy whose trading cards I saw on eBay, and they are really cool. He does like um, triangulars, everything in triangular shape.
Yeah. Natural.
Yes, man, I love it. It's crazy. It's really, I love the idea of this and how it comes out, and it's really inspiring.
Yeah, he's. I mean, it's so hard to pick favorite artists because I love all the artists in the set, but he's gonna have a really nice looking complete set. I'm a huge fan of his work.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. I got another question that I actually would like to start incorporating into every interview that I do. I do these interviews every Friday. It's always a different artist. Well, sometimes it's the same artist might come on twice, but I'm gonna start asking everybody a couple of the same questions. I want to learn about their kind of creative habits, which we talked about in terms of nighttime. I'm curious what your favorite book of all time is.
Oh, wow, that's a good question. I love a lot of books. I love like the romantic science fiction, let's say it that way.
Okay.
I had a phase where I was reading a lot of Ray Bradbury.
Yeah.
I started with Fahrenheit 9/11 was the name. Yeah. I started with that, and from then I was caught up, and I bought like a lot of books with thousands of short stories. And I love to me it was like really something super obscure and at the same time beautifully romantic and totally different. And then I started to dig into Edgar Allen Poe, and I saw, okay, this is the source of inspiration he used, because this was kind of like even more of this character. And yeah, Edgar Allan Poe is too dark for me. I love some of his stuff, but it's like if you read too much of it, it's like, bam, it it kind of soaks your energy down or brings you down. And I love, let's say, there are so many I could say from different genres. I love The Alchemist from Paulo Coelho.
Dude, that's my book.
Yes,
that's my book, man. I was gonna say that was my favorite book because hands down, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, fun fact about Ray Bradbury: my dad went to college with Ray Bradbury's daughter.
No way.
And he's saying now, so he would come to evening screenings because he went to film school, and then a group of the students would hang out with him after. And there's a poem in my bedroom at my parents' house. I believe that is Ray Bradbury, right, Dad, that wrote that? The Bicycle Repairmen, which is about it's a poem about the Wright brothers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Man, I want to respond to that question even more because I love to talk about books too.
Yeah, me too, man.
Another Ernest Hemingway was kind of interesting to me too. I got a book from him here. I kind of found somewhere on the streets, and it's like, yeah, it's a totally different era, and it feels so real when you read it, like you at that time. Also, John Steinbeck is kind of inspiring at one end. And yes, it's rough times he describes, and he describes it in a very, very harsh and realistic way, which I think. So, what was the English title of it? Like The Fruits of Wrath is the German title.
Grapes of Wrath.
Yeah, The Grapes of Wrath.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which is
See,
kind
Mark
of.
also saying Kurt Vonnegut. That's the and so it goes, right, Matt?
Indeed it is.
And so it goes.
So it goes.
Matt and I are listening to a Kurt Vonnegut book as well.
Oh, okay. I don't know Kurt Vonnegut.
Slaughterhouse 5, I guess. That's the one it's called. So I listen to audiobooks like pretty much every day while I paint. And sometimes I'll switch it up and I'll do music, but mostly audiobook, like long form audiobooks. And so at any given time, I'll have like 5 or 10 different books kind of going, and I'll bounce around to the one that I'm like into.
That's
yeah,
nice.
I'm doing Brian Stevenson right now, and it's the Just Mercy, and it's also very good, but also kind of sad and infuriating. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, man, that's awesome, and I love that you're a book guy. Are you like reading analog, or do you ever listen to audiobooks?
To be honest, I didn't listen to many audiobooks. I think I listened to 2 or 3 or 5 maybe, but I had a time where I was reading a lot, and it's also part of my creation, where we're coming back full circle, part of the creative process to me, because I feel reading makes my brain work totally different, especially when I read before I go to sleep. It's like my dreams become really vivid sometimes.
Nice.
And the more I read, I think like it's a stimulation of certain parts of the brain, and I can visualize better when I'm reading a lot. It's the totally opposite is the case when I'm in front of a big screen all the time. It's kind of like it takes it away. So that's another point why I would really love to go back into analog, or natural work. Like it also makes the brain work in a more expandable way than just sitting in front of a screen. And sometimes I literally feel like I'm getting dumb by sitting in front of the screen all the time. And that's some insights I want to share, because I always feel this, and if I have the opportunity to paint the way I want to paint, then I will definitely do it. But right now I have to stick to the digital first and foremost, which is also a great opportunity. I don't want to sound like I'm not thankful for having the opportunity. I mean, there are so many people that don't even have the opportunity, but would love to do it. So I'm blessed. But those are just stuff or things that are experienced, and I want to share with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Pros and cons of technology. It can. I love the analog feel of like making something or feeling something, but the internet does give us a lot of, or just technology and computers in general.
Definitely,
a lot of tools that can be really cool.
This is like what we're doing right now. Is like
exactly
awesome. Like so beautiful to be able to do it. So it's nice. I'm enjoying it. It's really
great, man. I think everyone has enjoyed it a lot as well. There are also people are really going to town on talking about their favorite books now. We've got a lot of overlap actually between the fans' favorite books, which is very cool.
That's great, man. That's great. It's inspiring. That's great. Oh, I just see crazy. Tyson Beck is just announcing the early drop of the Tyler Hero card.
Oh, nice. That's exciting. That's awesome. How's the game going too? Is it still happening, Matt?
Yeah, I think so. Wait,
one more minute.
1 point game.
1 point game. Oh, that's exciting.
3 minutes left.
Great. Yeah.
3 minutes.
Catch the end. Yeah.
1 point game. Oh, 99.
Yeah. That's
LA.
cool. That's awesome, man. Well, is there anything else? Any other stories or things that you want to talk about or let the audience know, or?
What kind of stories? I have many stories.
I don't know, man. Yeah. Let's see. We did the favorite art piece. What art piece was the biggest challenge for you? What art project? Was there any projects that you got kind of stumped on, and I guess whether or not you finished it or not?
I think in the beginning when I started, I had so many ideas, but I didn't have the technical skills to realize them.
Mhm.
That was a big problem for me because I always had ideas, and by watching stuff, I get new ideas, and there were certain ways to get stimulated to create ideas and stuff, which comes naturally. I cannot really force it. It just has to come naturally when I'm feeling good and when I'm just in the mood and around good people or having a good day or whatever, or seeing something that gives me this impulse, then it comes. And yeah, at that time when I started, I didn't have to. When I look at stuff that I did back in the days, and I was thinking like, oh, this is big and this is huge, I think this looks like not that good.
Yeah, that's great. That means that your practice is evolving and you're getting better, you know?
And yeah, I think there were a lot of stuff. I have like, I don't know how many, but a lot of work I started and I didn't finish because then I evolved and I was like, no, I don't feel it anymore. I don't want to start this again. But maybe I will grab one or another idea and recreate it or just finish it the way I would finish it right now.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely did something that's kind of a little bit different. But some designs I did for Instagram, I recreate them as trading cards right now because I saw them and I saw they are so vibrant, and I had this phase where I was like really splashing around with so many colors, and I like to transcend them to trading card format and create a backside of it and stuff. And yeah, that's something I'm doing from time to time to make them come alive and maybe get them printed.
Yeah. Thought of another good question. I might have to start asking this to all the artists that I talk to. What do you know now that you wish you could like give a younger version of yourself, maybe when you were like either had decided, okay, art's what I'm going to do, or thinking about it? Like what have you learned now that you wish you could like tell your younger self?
Man, I do that in real life to the kids I'm coaching. So that's a good question.
Yeah.
Feel like responding in a way that is good. I would tell myself to just be confident and don't let people tell you like this or that or this. Just follow your heart and do what you feel and be you. Really be you. This is. I had that thought back in the days too, because when I was younger, I always wished to have an older brother who's defending me and stuff. And I would tell him exactly that. Don't let them get you down or let people tell you something you are or you cannot do or whatever. Like just follow your path and you will do good. And be confident. You're a great guy the way you are, and people are gonna try to tell you like this and that, but just stick to it. Just do your thing.
Yeah, I like that, man. I like that a lot. I think I would tell myself that you can't please everyone.
Yeah, that's a good.
I spent a lot of time in art and life, I think, trying to make everyone happy. And I just, as especially like within art, and it's really become, I think, overly apparent within the Tops 2020 project is like, I love that I get a ton of support for art, a lot of the art that I put out. And like, no matter what I do, there's always going to be some people that are like, it's not for them. And that's okay. And I think I just spent a lot of time, not even maybe even changing things, but like even just like the energy of like thinking about it. And now I'm just like, okay, well, can't please everyone. Like, is a mantra of, my foray into the card world. Cause there's a lot of people that get courageous and opinionated behind keyboards also, on Twitter or whatever, but
the keyboard, the internet thugs.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But fortunately, we are surrounded by a lot more positivity, at least in my network of artists and fans and friends and family and everything. So that's definitely a good feeling.
But I think what you just said is an interesting thing because it's a thin line nowadays because you kind of interact with your audience and you want to know what they wish to see. But I think there's a point where it gets toxic if you try to, like you said, please everyone, because by starting that you already lost. You cannot please everyone. It's like, but I think, yeah, it's a thin line. On one hand, you got to listen to it. On the other hand, you just got to say, yeah, next. So
Yeah, man.
But
that's awesome, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you jumping on tonight so much. I think we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna try and catch the last minute of the game, and also I'm beat. I know it's just starting the day for you, but it's been a long week here in the studio. I'm excited to have kind of a relaxing weekend with a little bit of painting mixed in. But I appreciate it so much, Mike, for coming on.
Thank you very much. It was a nice interview, and thank you guys for being here, for asking questions. And stay wonderful, and keep on following me, MG13 on Instagram, and make sure you update everything that you will see, or you push the buttons of, I don't know what they call, but that you get all the updates, like
like turning on notifications.
Yeah, exactly. So then you will see when the cards will be available and where they will be available. And
awesome,
thanks
man.
for the hint.
Well, of course. I appreciate your time. Thank you for getting up so early in the morning for me and for everyone. I know they appreciate it. I'm gonna follow up. I'll send you those 2 links of those 2 printing sites, and then anytime, man, if there's ever anything I can do to help or got any questions, got my number.
Man, yeah, thank you very much. We can repeat this, man. I would love to be on the show again.
Sounds great, man. That sounds great. I love it. Well, I think everyone enjoyed it, so we'd love to have you back. All right, man.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Stay awesome.